I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
The vision of Doral Academy Charter Middle High School is to set the standard for outstanding student achievement while providing a safe and nurturing academic environment.
Rise and shine, Firebirds. I'm Marcelo Villarojito.
And I'm Taylor Blanche. Today is Friday, March 6th, and welcome to the 22nd edition of our weekly show, The Rise.
This will be our last Rise show before leaving to the Student Television Network convention in Washington, D.C.
That's right, and we have some special segments coming up on today's show. See firsthand the legacy of a popular Cuban bakery.
We'll give you guys an inside look on what it is we do at StN.
Your weekend weather forecast.
This week's sports report.
And last but not least, your weekly announcements. All this and more
coming up on this edition of The Rise.
Due to the coronavirus outbreak worldwide, concern about shortages of face masks used by nurses and doctors is prompting hospitals around the world to clamor for medical supplies. A global shortage of face masks is prompting concerns for the safety of healthcare workers.
Amid efforts to protect Miami-Dade County residents from the coronavirus spread, city officials are negotiating a new deal with Ultra organizers to postpone the March Festival at Bayfront Park. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez and Commissioner Joe Carrollo talked to organizers on Wednesday, asking them to postpone the Electronic Dance Music Festival, which attracted about 170,000 fans from more than 100 countries last year. A huge part of Miami is the food, culture, and family presence citywide, and Vitos Bakery in Miami Springs knows just what that means.
Here's Maria Gonzalez with the story of how a local Cuban bakery has made a large impact in the local town.
In the last decades, large businesses have caused mom-and-pop shops to die down. However, in towns like Miami Springs, which are full of history, customers have continued to come and buy their cafecito at small family-owned businesses that are built from the ground up.
We're just like a local shop, mom and pop shop, and then we know a lot of the customers. It's very like family. I've also heard a lot of people who grew up coming here, and then they'll bring their kids, and then I think it's nice to continue that.
Vitos is a family-owned and operated bakery. Mr. Vitos started the bakery in 1989. With the help of his twin daughters, Tiffany and Eileen Gomez, he grew the business into a neighborhood favorite.
About 5 years ago, their father died. He was the guy that made this place happen, and they've transform this place to what it is today.
Tiffany and Eileen took over the business in 2014 after their father's death and have added some of their own touches to the menu and the bakery while keeping their father's vision alive.
It's always been here, Vitos Bakery, and we used to come in here. Then I heard the man passed away, and then I said, oh my goodness, it's going to close, what a shame. But no, the girls decided, or the family members decided to push forward and make it happen again, and I give them so much credit for that.
People are what drives cultures, and it's needed, like you said, it's needed in the neighborhood. This is an example of stepping forward and making something out of nothing.
As times continue to change, it is important to preserve small restaurants like Vitos Bakery. Signing off for Fiber TV, I'm Maria Gonzalez reporting.
Every year, over 3,000 students take over a city in the name of the StN Convention. This year, we're on our way to Washington, D.C.
Let's take a look at last year's convention.
20 years ago, a group of teachers met up with one common goal: to shape the minds of students with a passion for film and broadcast.
What are we doing? Telling stories.
With an incredible amount of knowledge to be shared, StN professional sessions represent a part of what StN truly is, a place where the experts of today are creating the masters of tomorrow. Not only that, but we are becoming inspired. The variety of speakers ignites a fire within us all to pursue our passion. We are provided with a voice that allows us to let our creativity flow. Some people think it's all about making it to the big screen, but only the best know it's about the process of producing it. It's not about thinking outside the box, but thinking outside the timeline. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about facing failure to create success. StN is more than just a convention. It's an experience. In the midst of craziness, the volunteers who have been in our exact position make sure we have a memorable one. Although we can't always see what happens behind the scenes.
Sorry guys, volunteers only.
StN wouldn't be possible without the impact made by these volunteers. As years and conventions come and go, whether being exposed to the South or finding your true north, one thing will always remain certain: StN's ability to inspire us. But we can't show you the best of StN in 90 seconds. This is why it's time for you to tell your own story.
Our sports teams keep consistently hitting it out of the park, making us Firebirds very proud.
Here's StN Muse with your daily sports report.
Good morning, Firebirds. I'm StN Muse, and I'm here to give you your sports report. Track has a Sam Burley meet at Tropical Park Friday to Saturday. Softball won on Monday against Keys Gate 15-0 and won Wednesday against American Heritage 5-4. They play Dwyer at 6 p.m. in our very own field tonight, so come out and show your support. Our baseball team is in Alabama, making Doral proud as they play their hearts out. Good luck, boys. Make sure to come out and support. That's all for this week's sports report. I'm StN Muse. Now back to your anchors.
After a few hot days here in Miami, we're looking forward to a relatively cool weekend.
Here's Valentina Vega with your weekly weather forecast.
Good morning, Firebirds. I'm Valentina Vega, rising to give you this weekend's weather forecast. Today, make sure to grab your umbrellas because there's a 40% chance of rain, with a high of 82 and a low of 55. Tomorrow, the sun will be back and shining, with a high of 73 and a low of 62. On Sunday, there'll be heavy winds, with a high of 82 and a low of 67. That's all for today, Firebirds. Now back to your anchors.
As we get closer to spring break, it's important to stay on task with the upcoming events in the next few weeks.
That's right, and to make sure you're all up to date with all of this week's activities, here are the announcements for this week.
Today, Doral will be selling Chick-fil-A sandwiches for $5 at the Firebird Bistro. Make sure to get yours before they run out.
Take Your Child to Work Day field trip forms are due today in the activities office.
TEDx is having their annual showcase today in the Doral Hall Auditorium. Remember to buy your tickets to show your support. $6 pre-sale will last until 2:30 and it will be $8 at the door.
That's all for this edition of The Rise. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media at Firebird TV.
Happy Friday, and from all of us here at Firebird TV, we hope everyone has an amazing weekend.